Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another Let's Play of the Men of Yoshiwara Kikuya, or Gyakuten Kikuya. Now we are still on Hayato slash Hayabusa's route. We got the super happy ending for him, and now we're just going to get the regular ending for him, and then there's the extras, the sequel and a date scenario to go through. So first I'm going to get that the regular happy ending, and then we'll do the other things. So, okay, I start at chapter 13, and we have to make different choices. So for this one, we say, thank goodness. Okay, and then for this last choice, we have to say, you're making a big deal out of it. Okay, this should be his regular happy ending, not the super happy ending, which is what we got before. So this one's called Let's Be Happy Together. The day after Hayato and I had become one for the first time. How does your body feel? I opened my eyes while Hayato held me. It's fine. For a moment I vividly remembered what we'd done last night. It was embarrassing and my heart throbbed violently. I pulled the sheets over me so Hayato wouldn't notice. Oh, what's wrong? Does it hurt after all? I was trying to be gentle because it was your first time. Stop! You don't have to bring that up. Are you blushing? No, I'm not. Then let me see your face. Yeah. He pulled the covers off me forcefully, and I balled up to cover my bare skin. You're horrible, Hayato. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. You were so cute last night. No, that was... Hayato's hand slid across my bare body. He embraced me and kissed me on the forehead. It's almost time for us to part, so I went to see the front of you a little more. Hayato. I wonder if that couple had been reluctant to leave each other like this. Yeah, who knows? Apparently, those two couldn't wait until his contract as a courtesan was over. Huh? What do you mean? Apparently, the woman's household wouldn't allow her to buy him. Supposedly, they'd said that she needed to go to the mainland to find a good husband. That's why they had no future with her parents in the way. That's so sad. But I'm sure her family misses her. Yeah, of course they do. Maybe she can still be forgiven even now. Her parents should be able to understand how they feel now. You're so optimistic, but you might be right. In order to change their minds, they need to show that their love is true. Yeah, I want to try and look for those two runaways. Then I'll find a way for her and her parents to find happiness. A way for everyone to be happy, huh? I love how you always put other people's needs above your own. Oh! Hayato suddenly kissed me. We were having a serious conversation as I started to feel bitter. I knew there was no way I could come to hate Hayato's kisses. All right, then shall we search for them? You have enough funds to do it, too. Will you help me find them, Hayato? I'll try to talk it over with Iroha. He's the one person that knows I wouldn't run away from the courtesan duties. Not to mention your valuables are at Kikuya, so now I'm sure you can pawn them off. Hayato, you're so smart. Hey, did you think I was a dunce or something? No, I didn't. I'm just praising you. Thanks. Well, I just want to cherish our time together as a married couple. Huh? My contract is almost over anyway. Then use that money. Let's think about it together. Okay. After that, we received Iroha's permission and got my mother to cooperate as well. And so we made our way to the mainland to find the runaway couple. The scenery of the mainland was astonishingly different from our island. It felt like we'd traveled to the future, or into a fantasy world. Why are you spacing out? I'm just surprised. You seem calm, though. What? Seriously? This isn't, like, the past? I really thought they were in, like, ancient Japan or something, because, I mean, look, now they have, like, light rails and telephone wires and everything. Man, what in the world's going on here? You seem calm, though. I'm surprised, too, but I'm probably not expressing it on my face. We should get a move on, as we have a lot to do, but no time to do it. Yeah, you're right. Searching for them blindly wouldn't lead us anywhere on the mainland. We'd prepared flyers to help us with our search. Let's start. Okay. We posted the flyers on walls, telephone poles, and stores with their permission, of course. I hope we find them, Hayato mumbled as he sighed. Yeah. We made eye contact and smiled. Then... Misao. I thought I heard my voice and turned around. Hayato kissed me. The moment I felt his lips, my heart jolted, and I naturally closed my eyes. We have to desire this even more. We can't just lust over other people's happiness. We need to lust over ours as well. I want us to be happy. Yeah, we'll find happiness too, won't we? I'm sure of it. We kissed each other once again. Each kiss gave us deeper affection towards one another. Hayato put his arms around my shoulders. After our lips separated, we put our foreheads together. Alright, let's try a little longer and then return to our island. Sure! We dreamed of blessing everyone and ourselves with happiness. Thinking of our dreams, we smiled at each other, over and over. Oh, that was the happy ending. We didn't actually find the couple. But apparently we do find the couple because in the original super happy ending that we saw, they talked about that they had actually found the couple. So I guess this was really kind of the ending that happens before the super happy ending. So now we'll go over to the sequel and the date scenario. Sequel, our happiness right now. It was the start of another hectic day. Misao, could you move those bags for me? Sure, Mom. Oh, and when you're finished with that, look over the account book. Okay. I busily did my chores as my mother directed me. When I finished up, I sat down to take a breather. Right at that moment... You look busy today, Misao. Hayato! I finished things up on my end, so I'll help. Thanks, you're such a lifesaver. Hayato came from his family's fish market from a few houses over. It hadn't been that long since we'd had our wedding ceremony. Our lives were still chaotic, and we were still getting used to them. At any rate, we were both helping out both of our parents' stores. Should I carry this? Oh, Hayato, you came just at the right time. I have something for Kikuya. Could the two of you go and deliver it for me? Huh? For Kikuya? Yes. We're not busy anymore, so you two can take it easy for once. But Mom, there's still work to be done. Don't worry about it. It's not that much. You two can go. Oh, I'm so busy. My mother took the package out of Hayato's hand and entered the store. The two of us looked at one another. Should we take a break? Sure. We'd been so busy with work after our wedding had ended. Today was the first time we had a real chance to take it easy. Let's go, Misao. Hayato smiled gently. A bittersweet feeling spread throughout my chest. I instantly smiled and snuggled up closer to him. We passed through the front gate, and when we stepped foot into Yoshiwara, cherry blossom petals fluttered about in a warm breeze. How pretty! You're right. They really are pretty when I look at them like this. You hadn't thought that when you were living in Yoshiwara? I'd never had the time to appreciate them. Hayato smiled as he looked up at the cherry blossoms. His face suddenly looked so empty and insecure. Misao. I was unconsciously clinging to his arm. What's wrong? It's nothing. You're so strange. Hayato hugged my shoulders while chuckling. His face was so transient and pretty. I started to worry that it might fade away. But there was no way I could say that out loud. Let's go, Hayato. Yeah, let's. We continued walking again. I held onto his arm tightly. When we finally reached Kikuya, we stopped for a second. And? What is it? It's so hot this afternoon. We heard a familiar voice coming from the second floor. Takeo. Long time no see. I'm glad to see you're still doing well. Same to you. The two of them smiled happily. I felt so relaxed as I watched them. I naturally loosened my grip on Hayato's arm. Do you have business with us? Yeah, we have something for you. Great, thanks. Takeo swung the pipe he was holding. Hayato casually raised his hand, so I bowed as we entered Kikuya. Excuse me, we're from the boat store. Hayato called for someone, and from the back... Iroha walked to the front.
Hayabusa, it's been a while. You two came all this way to deliver the package?
Yes, we took the opportunity to come and visit.
Iroha, you look well as usual. Yes, well, my strong body is my best trait.
Iroha smiled at us, and his eyes loosened up.
How's life as newlyweds?
Well, we're busy with work and don't have any time to take breaks, but every day is productive.
That's nice to hear. Please come visit if you ever have a chance.
Afterwards, we chatted near Kikuya's entrance and then left. The sky was a deep orange color. We took our time walking home as we watched the fascinatingly beautiful sunset.
Misao, can we make a quick stop?
A quick stop? Hayato slowly grabbed my hand. It was enough to tug on my heartstrings. He held my hand tightly to pull me along, and I felt such joy. I couldn't help feeling that way, even though we were already married.
It's right over here.
Hayato took me to... Oh, this is...
It's a comfit candy store named Gonsoba. The candy here is extraordinarily delicious.
Is this a store you'd always gone to?
Huh? How do you know that?
Hayato's eyes opened wide in shock. He instantly figured out why I knew, and his cheeks turned a little red.
Iroha told you, didn't he?
Yeah. I'm sorry for asking him without telling you, but I was so happy.
It's so childish, isn't it?
He would always buy my favorite comfit candies for the day we would meet again. It was his precious memory. It's not childish. I was honestly happy to learn that. Hayato frowned and looked over at me. And then...
Well, it's fine. I'll buy some candy for you today, too.
Okay. He smiled at me, hiding his own embarrassment. I replied it energetically. Today I was able to spend some leisurely time with Hayato. He was here with me every day. During the fun times and the busy times, it made me really happy.
Misao, open up.
Hayato grabbed me after I'd taken a bath. Why?
I'll give you comfit candies I bought today.
Okay, I want the pink one.
Alright, I guess that calls for...
He smirked when he looked into my eyes. Putting his hands together, Hayato concealed the candy in his hands. He made 2 fists, and the candy was lying in one of them.
Pick one.
Will I not get it if I guess wrong?
Exactly.
You bully.
But I need to do this to spice it up. Come on, pick.
I pointed to his right hand to see how he would react. However, he simply hid his smile. Is it not in either hand again? Then your left one. He slowly turned his left hand over and opened it.
Correct.
Ah, he didn't cheat this time. Or maybe it was in both hands. The comfit candy touched my lips. I slowly opened my mouth, and Hayato's fingers, along with the candy, entered my mouth. It's so sweet. The sugary taste spread through my mouth. Hayato's fingertips gently stroked my lips. And...
Here, have another.
Huh? Before I knew it, he took the candy in his right hand and put it in my mouth. You're terrible! They were in both of your hands?
Maybe.
He chuckled, then sealed my lips with his. His soft lips prevented me from speaking and moving. He inserted his tongue, and we both licked the candies in my mouth.
So sweet.
He was right. Hayato's breath smelled like the sweet, sweet candy. The candy slowly melted away in my mouth. Our gently engaged tongues started to make me go numb. As we exchanged our sweet saliva, my mind went numb, and all I could think about was Hayato.
You look so happy, Misao.
We took a short break from kissing, and Hayato embraced me, whispering into my ear. Yeah, I'm really happy.
I can't believe we can relax together like this. I used to think we could only do this in my dreams. But now it's a reality. It's not a dream, right?
Suddenly, Hayato's face looked so full of sorrow. It's not a dream. I mean, I can feel how warm you are right now.
Misao.
In that moment, I thought he would start crying. Nevertheless, he simply smiled. Seeing Hayato like that, I couldn't help but fall deeper in love with him.
I want to feel your warmth a little more. Let me feel you, even more so. I won't have any regrets if this ends up being a dream.
Hayato, why do you have to say it in such a depressing way?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because we went back to Yoshiwara.
This is your home now.
Yeah.
He kissed me deeply. His hands groped my body intensely and unraveled my clothes.
That's right. This is where I belong now.
Hayato's hands were rougher than usual. Our tongues entwined once again, so much that I could hardly breathe. Our saliva rolled down my lips.
Misao, I'm going to make myself a part of you today, too.
And then, with his intense love, I embraced the happiness that filled my heart. The happiness we have here. Bin. Alright, so that was the sequel, and now we'll go to the date scenario. Date: matching seashells. I held a letter while running down Yoshiwara's main road. I wanted to tell Hayato as quickly as possible. My heart was set on it. Excuse me! I entered Kikuya, my destination, and shouted without thinking. In a panic, I covered my mouth.
You sure are excited today.
Iroha came out of the back, adorning a smile. I'm sorry for being overenthusiastic.
Why are you in such a hurry? We won't be open for some time.
Oh, I've forgotten. This was Yoshiwara's pleasure district. It was a district only active at night, but I'd run over without thinking.
Oh, that's right. You came at a good time. There's something I'd like to give you.
Something for me?
Yes, please wait for a bit.
Iroha disappeared into the back. I wonder what he was getting, and he quickly brought out a small package. What is this?
Please, open it later with Hayabusa.
I took the package and tilted my head. Thanks.
It was nothing. I just hope you like it. Now then, allow me to guide you.
Oh, but are you sure? It's still too early, isn't it? Iroha came closer and concealed his voice.
Are you going to let the word out that I'm treating you special?
No.
Then come this way.
Thanks to Iroha, I was able to go inside and wait for Hayato.
Misao.
Hayato came to see me immediately. Hayato! I was so happy that I rushed over to him like a child. He hugged me gently and picked me up. Oh! His firm, muscular muscles steadily supported me. I instinctively hung onto his neck, and Hayato chuckled. His kind face looked even more gentle and warm.
Misao, did Iroha let you in early?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't wait, huh?
I felt like he was reminding me that we'd just met the day before. The prickly feeling in my chest only lasted for a few minutes, though.
Thanks, Misao.
He kissed my cheek softly, and I let out a squeal without thinking. Hayato powerfully pressed his soft lips against my neck 2 more times. It tickles. My body writhed, and he brought his lips closer to my cheek. He gave me a kiss on the lips. Our mouths gently overlapped, and then pressed hard against each other. Hayato put me down very slowly. He supported the back of my head firmly with his hand. His other hand was supporting my waist and started to slide up my back. Hayato! I had something to tell him and gently pushed him back. As our bodies separated, I started to regret that our lips would have to separate as well. We continued to touch each other as we slowly parted.
Stopping now is so unfair.
But there's something I need to tell you. Hayato gently started to fix my disheveled hair and clothes. Feeling a little embarrassed, I looked down, but then I felt a kiss on my forehead. I glanced up and Hayato seized my lips, one more time. Hayato!
You're too cute. I couldn't help it.
This is so embarrassing!
That's what's so cute about you.
I couldn't say anything. Hayato was the unfair one. He knew too many ways to seal my lips.
So, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. As I put my hands on my flushed cheeks, I handed the letter I was holding to him. This just arrived.
A letter?
Yeah, open it up. Hayato opened the letter, and after reading it, his face changed.
This is...
Yep, it's from the runaway couple. It had been a while since Hayato and I had gone to the mainland in search of them. I was so happy to receive their letter.
Oh.
They wrote that they were thankful for my help and they were doing well without any problems. Finally, they also wrote that they would send a letter to the girl's family. Thanks, Hayato. I'm so glad we'd gone to the mainland and posted those flyers.
It was all your idea. I just helped.
Hayato gently petted my head. My heart began to warm with feelings of bliss and satisfaction. The corners of my eyes felt damp.
I'm so happy for you, Misao.
He slowly pulled me towards him and placed my cheek against his chest. A single tear rolled down my cheek.
So, what's that other package?
Oh, now that he mentioned it, I'd been holding the package from Iroha this whole time. Iroha gave this to me today.
It's from Iroha?
Yeah, I wonder what it is. He told me to open it with you.
Okay, let me see it.
Hayato curiously turned the package over. We could hear something inside rolling around. As we look at each other in wonder, Hayato slowly opened the lid.
Oh, this is...
Wow! Inside was a clamshell. There was a beautiful painting on it. Yes, it was... painted shells?
It looks like it. Oh, that reminds me. Iroha had said he was going to give us a present. My contract is almost up, so he prayed that nothing would happen in the meantime.
That's so wonderful. The painted shells could be matched up with their pairs to complete a painting. I'd heard that families gave them away as part of the dowry. Not to mention how moving it was to hear that Iroha was praying for Hayato. Oh, I didn't even thank him properly.
Do it on your way home. And he didn't give this to us because he wanted you to thank him. He did it so the two of us could become happy after my contract expires.
Hayato smiled, looking a little bit troubled. Hayato?
He really got me. When someone's kind to me like this,
It looked like his eyes got a little wet. I'm really glad you got to work in Kikuya.
Yeah, me too.
His eyes were still wet as he smiled. His face was so refreshing to look at. We held the paint shells in our bliss.
Let's each keep one shell. Until I'm done working here.
Sure. There was one shell in our respective hands. These are painted so beautifully.
These extravagant things must have cost a fortune.
The two of us admired the shells, and we tried placing them together. They're a perfect pair.
Yeah, just like us.
Oh. Holding his shell, he placed his hand perfectly on top of mine, and he kissed me softly on the lips. We could hear the shells grind together in our hands.
Misao, once my contract ends, will you stay with me forever? Yeah, forever and ever. I don't ever want to leave you. I want to see your face, hold you, kiss you, and make love to you freely.
Oh, Hayato! Right after those heart-wrenching words, Hayato kissed me so deeply on the lips. His tongue slid in between my lips and wrestled with mine.
Misao, when I think about how soon that day will be...
Our tongues entangled lewdly as he pushed me down. We were so close and stared at each other passionately and lovingly. My body was going numb just from our kisses and his staring eyes.
I won't have to sit here waiting for you any longer.
My chest squeezed painfully. Why had we spent such a long time apart? We cared about each other so much. Hayato, give me more. He covered me with even more kisses and his hot embrace. My body started to get wet from Hayato's hot, smooth fingertips. He toyed with me and numbed me with his passion. Today was another day I waited impatiently for Hayato to leave the pleasure district. My body writhed in pleasure. A pair of shells, Finn. And that's it for the extras. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and he was only the first guy in the series. There are 5 other guys to get, and one of the guys has 2 different paths, I think. So, he basically has 4 endings, if I'm understanding correctly. So, I hope you will join me for some of those. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show your support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.